It's the 14th of December 2025, and we've finally secured a signature of our first new-gen player to sign for us in January. Admittedly, Slavomir Kursera will not be joining up with us straight away. He'll be sent back out on loan to his side, Spartak Majava, in the third tier of Slovakian football. But admittedly, I looked at him, I saw the price he was available for, and I thought I couldn't turn it down. £40,000 for this guy, who I know I can probably make a good bit of money from, was just too good to turn down. Yes, he's got some weaknesses, but he's also only 17. So while he's only got 9 heading and not the best aggression, he's still a very good centre-back. He's 6'1", 15 jumping reach, 16 balance, 12 pace, 11 acceleration. Yes, he's only got 10 strength as well, but his position is okay. His tackling is 16. It just made a lot of sense to get the guy in. And as a cheap punt, we can see what we can do with him long term. But I've also had a lot of gains since we last met. 4 months to be exact. This is why we didn't have a video yesterday. But we're going to go over them now and see how we did. The first game we had was a cat commit in the cup, and we were 2-0 down very early on. And I thought to myself, okay, as soon as that goes in, we might need to do something better. But when they go 2-0 up inside 25 minutes because of this mistake, and yes, Buxay of all people making that mistake, I was very angry with my team. So I shouted at them. We got a goal back before halftime. Zenzemi getting an assist, or at least trying to, finds Cisse, finds Buxay. It hits Palaversa in the face and it goes in. And then 3 minutes into the second half, we make it 2-2, and it was a good comeback. Palaversa finds no, it's 2-2 for that, and we get a winner late on in the 83rd minute of the game, thanks to Palaversa getting his second of the game. No returns the favour from the first goal to get that goal going in. Yes, it's a deflection, but at the end of the day, we want to go through to the next round of the cup, and we do so. By a miracle, must be said. It was not a good performance. We then took a Debrecen and Junior nil, where Lubeck Fink was actually the man of the match. So his first league game, a 7.4 rating. I'm happy with that. And their one-decade goalkeeper also got a 7.2 rating, so both teams had chances and neither team took them. So perhaps we're lucky not to lose or not to win. I don't know, but it was an even game, to say the least. We then took it Budapest and lost 2-1, and when this goal goes in, I'm feeling very hard done by because it's so fortuitous to get that goal. But when we equalise from this corner, I was delighted because it meant that Cisse gets his first goal from a corner, the 6'5" defender doing his job. Then this goal goes in, and I will be honest, I thought this was offside at first because of how close first it was to the goal, and it went to the offside review thing. Turns out that wasn't the case. We also missed a penalty. And this is one of the worst misses I've ever seen from my players. And I thought Babel, being as good as he is going to score this. It hits the post and goes out for a goal kick. That's how bad of a penalty it was. Cannot believe how bad it was. And I think that was a turning point. Because until that moment, we were in very much control. Then they scored. And the rest is history. Babel might be leaving this year. I'm not trusting him with a lot of things anymore right now. We then took a Van Faust and lost by a goal to nil thanks to this corner. Medic with the only goal of the game, and yes, not great, but at least it was only 1-0. We did have chances, to be honest with you, but we just didn't take them. And if we scored one of the chances in the first half, which was a really good XG chance, we would have been equalising and potentially fighting for the win. But we have lost every single game against Faust so far. That run's not ending anytime soon, is it? We then took up Kisvada and went behind very early on. And I thought to myself, oh God, what's happening here? We're 1-0 down inside 2 minutes. But then we came back to win 3-2. And yeah, well, 3-1, sorry. Admittedly, I thought Matthias might have been offside with this effort because we had a few offside calls before, but he wasn't, thankfully. Then we took the lead inside the first half. And Palaversa with the very good finish here. Happy days. And we get a third goal in the second half. This is offside because it hit Sorensen. It's going wide otherwise. So we got fortuitous with the goal. And as far as I'm concerned, we're lucky, But at the same time, we deserve to win. So take it as you will. We then took a fast test and got absolutely destroyed. By 4-1. We were 1-0 down because of that effort. Don't know what he's thinking there, but he wasn't thinking very hard. But we do get an equaliser, and then he finds Joseph. Joseph getting, it's only his second goal of the season at this point, so he's not been great, to be honest with you. I thought we're going to be fine. Then they scored 2 goals in a matter of 3 minutes, and this was unlucky, but at the same time, annoying. Fink should do better there. And again, I'm going to criticise Fink because it's a mistake from him here, because the 3rd goal absolutely should be saved as far as I'm concerned, and we should not have allowed Gerardo get that shot. Then they got a penalty, Radu continues to score against us, and I'm very frustrated. So, we lose 4-1 against a team we should not be losing 4-1 against. And Lubet Fink gets a 5.9 rating, and I'm starting to question if I've made a mistake spending £750,000 on a goalkeeper who's had that much of a howler. Yeah, it was one of those games. We then took on Haradas, and Boxe did that to win the game 1-0. Mersex had nothing to say, and annoyingly, that was not even our best chance. We had a lot of great chances this game. We just didn't take them, and that won us the game. So I'm annoyed it wasn't by more goals we won this game by, but at the same time, I'm happy we won. We then took a Salakazak in the cup and beat them 2-1, and we also had 2 players go off injured, including our goalkeeper. Zemzemi also got injured, but not before scoring the opening goal. Mike instead scored this penalty, which says a lot that he's playing as a winger because of how many injuries we've got in that position right now. They do get a goal back, and yes, Brewers in goal for this game. That's unfortunate that Derude has got that goal. Though we did manage to win by 2-1. Fink got injured. He broke his hand, and I think he's still not recovered since that injury, so that's annoying. Though we did win, and we're through to the next round of the cup, which is better than nothing. We take on MTK Budapest next, if I recall correctly. We then took on Salakazak for the 2nd game running, and this time we beat them 3-1. Mim finds Cox's by accident. We opened a scoring. Then they equalised, and it's from a corner, and once again, it's a very annoying player. Derude scores against us again. I hate it that he keeps on scoring against us, but we came back immediately and made it 2-1. Palacev finds Coxis. He scores his 2nd of the game. Happy days. And then 2 minutes later, we score another goal to make it 3. Coxis gets the assist, I think this time, finds Lazic. And Lazic just does that run, scores, final top corner. 3-1, we win. And then Coxis gets injured towards the end of the game and has, I believe, recovered since then. It was a foot injury, so it was not ideal. They started to get chances towards the end because of the numerical advantage, but we still won. So, a good win regardless. We then took a Puskas Academia and beat them 3-0. Mim gets the opening goal of the game, and I don't know how that went in. I still don't know. I'm trying to figure out myself. Though we did make it 2-0 with this effort, and Mim involved the game, finds Joseph, and he scores. The first of 2 goals in this game. You know you're a bad team when you're letting Joseph, all people, getting 2 goals. But it happened. Plus Server finds Joseph again. He scores. And if he's missing that, something's gone very wrong. But for once, Joseph held a good game. And we win 3-0, so happy days, I suppose. We then took a Gmod and beat them 3-1, but not before going 1-0 down. Escobar plays it across, and Pafo scores the opening goal. Very annoyed with this game, honestly. Though we did equalise, and it wasn't a long time we were behind for, 6 minutes to be exact. But we equalised after, well, Karasis gets through on goal, easy enough. Then Boxley does this free kick. He's the free kick specialist right now. He's scoring 1 of the goals, left, right, and centre. And we make it 3 towards the end as Babel fires Kurosix, who does that. So another good goal, another victory to our collection. They even missed a penalty to make it 2-1. And I cannot remember if this was saved or not. I think this was saved, but this guy scored early in the game, and it was actually saved. I don't know how Brewer gets to that, but he did. All I'm going to say, if that penalty is not saved, we don't win this game. And that's how I truly feel about the team sometimes. when I'm managing them at the moment. They feel like they can have a collapse any time of the week, and I can't stop it, sadly enough. We then took a Matthias Should, and Boxe scored another free kick in off the bar this time, a really good goal. And then we considered a 95th minute equaliser to draw 1-1. We had a few scares, but Septic should not have been allowed to get their header in. And it was a very frustrating draw because I know we should have won the game. But what can you do when we can't defend set pieces? It's very frustrating. We then took a further and were 2-0 up early on in this game. We scored the opening goals at 29 minutes. But a versal with this effort, nice finish. I thought, okay, the keeper's injured. We're going to have a field day here. And we make it 2-0 before half time. Their keeper punches the ball away, and, well, Noel's had an ever like that, and he's not going to miss. 2-0 at half-time. Then they scored the first of 2 goals in the 89th minute of the game. Ekdal making this clanger. Vargo with the opening goal, who I tried to sign, don't forget, Varga. And then they equalise in the 93rd minute of the game. Varga with the assist. Codro with this finish. And I'm angry with my team. I don't blame the goalkeeper for the first one. I will say he should have done better the second one. And Ekdal should have the knowledge and wherewithal not to make that kind of pass. So, I'm frustrated with the fact we let 2 goals go in after the 88th minute of the game. That's how bad I felt we were today. And we should never have allowed ourselves to do it. I still wanted to sign this guy, and he turned me down for further. So, take that as you will. We then took a Debrecen and beat them in the 88th minute of the game. They had to go down to 10 men to get the opening goal for us, but no, while having a calf strain, scored that goal. Yes, he literally was injured. I didn't take him off because I had already used my substitutes, and he scored that winning goal anyway, so I wasn't to know he was already injured at this point, okay? I'm just going to defend myself here and say that here and now. I knew he was injured, but I didn't realize how bad the injury was. And that's my only excuse for letting him play on and get that winning goal. But we won! So that's all that matters. Right? Right? And then we lost 1-0 to Budapest in the last game before we met up. And this was frustrating. I thought we dealt with this. Then we didn't. And Marcel scored the only goal of the game. We were by far and away the better team. We should never have allowed them to get into this situation at all. And I'm very frustrated. So, going into the winter break, we are in second place. Had we not lost that game, we would have been between 1 point and 3 points behind Ferencváros. Now we are 4 points behind, only 1 point clear of Vasas, 4 points clear of Ferencváros, and 5 points clear of Budapest, who have beaten us twice this year. So, we're not perfect. We need to work on a few things. And I'm hoping that the new defender, who isn't going to sign for us this year, will help us next year onwards. They asked if they can have it on loan for the rest of the year. I said yes because I generally don't think he will be in my first team plans just yet, but next year he will be. And I thought, you know what? It makes sense to let him go out on loan. Shame about the finances though. We've only got £1.7 million in the bank now. We, at one point, in just 4 months, were at £3.35 million in the bank. So that's almost half the money gone already. We're also overspending on our wages because we're giving some players new contracts. You know, the young talents who look exciting, who've been really good for us. No, Boxe, for example, new contracts. I might be regretting my decisions here, and now, just going to be honest with you. And the projection is going to be this. We're making a loss apparently right now, which is not ideal, but what can you do? I've also reached 100 games in charge, so I guess we've done okay, so that's nice. And our youth intake previews here, and it's apparently going to be an excellent intake with a striker, and that's about it. Apparently, we might have some defensive midfielders and a centre midfielder who could be decent. There's only one of them in each position, but what can you do? That's a C. In the past, C's been the 4-star potential ability, so take that as you will. We might be okay here. If I get 1 or 2 or 3 good players, I'll call that a successful intake as far as I'm concerned. It's not the end of the world. I'm also going to cover Europe because Ferencváros are in this competition. They are down in 22nd place. They did have a really annoying run of fixtures. Newcastle, Rans, and Bayer Leverkusen have beaten them. Dynamo Kyiv, they drew against Trabzonspor, and Sheriff Tiraspol, they've beaten. So they've not been terrible. They don't have the best of fixtures either, though. They do, thankfully, have Dynamo Batomi, so they should win that game. Should win this game. I don't know. But you'd think they could be a team from Georgia, right? That's their last game. But the game before that, they're away to Anderlecht, who are already, you know, really good this year. 5 wins and 6. If they beat Anderlecht, that's an incredible result. In the Conference League, Ferencváros are almost certainly through at this point. They just need to avoid losing, you know. And they've been really good so far. They've won 4 times. Only Olympiacos have beaten them so far. Derry City got this competition, and I'm frustrated by it because they actually lost to Ferencváros. CSKA Sofia and Copenhagen and the New Saints all lost to Ferencváros this year. The last game that Ferencváros have got is against Midtjylland, who lost to Derry City, because of course they did. You can see why I'm frustrated now, can't you? Midtjylland are down in 28th place, so an opportunity for Ferencváros to get further and further into the competition. The fact that Gothenburg are already through is surprising to me, and I didn't realize they were doing this well. But if we look at this chart, Hungary got 7.75 points this year already, and I'm 10th overall. So I'm thinking we're going to go up some positions. As things stands, we're going above Bulgaria, and we're going to jump a few more teams as well. Next year, we're going to lose a very bad year, so this could be our best chance to do good things. Having 2 teams in a league phase of the European competitions was good. We got knocked out in the playoff round, and I think Budapest was the other team that got through, and they were only knocked out in the round before. So we had a good round of fixtures so far, and if we can keep this going, then it's great. I'm hoping we can keep going and get better and better. I would like to go above some teams like Israel and Ukraine in the future, but that's a bit much to ask for potentially right now. I'm just hoping for a good year. But what I'm going to be doing is ending this here. We got Ferencváros in the first league game back, and I don't know how it's going to go, but I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys would like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.